Hello there, boxing fans around the world. Welcome once again to another edition of Talking Fight. Today we're talking about the Olympics and, in fact, gender equality at the Olympics and how it's progressed over the years, as well as a brief little recap on the female boxers from Great Britain who will be taking part, hopefully, in the Olympics event in July in Tokyo. My cohort, Christian, is, I was going to say balls deep, but knee deep, eyeballs deep in the COVID playbook that has just been issued and asked me to take this one solo. So here we go. As stated, let me start off with a little bit about gender equality. Gender equality is far more than just a human right. It is a necessity for sustainable growth, peaceful, and a prosperous world. In the last decades, we can see a significant change, although there are still many gender issues that girls and women have to face every day. And the goal for almost every female would be achieving gender equality because that will allow them to enjoy the same opportunities, rights, resources, and protections as males. Sport is one of the most powerful platforms where gender equality can be promoted. The main reason being, most of the time, females don't get the chance to perform in the same sport, such as boxing, because it is considered to be a manly sport. One of the most notable changes done about this issue is the fact that the International Olympic Committee, as the leader of the Olympic movement, started taking continuous actions to show the world what is gender equality, and they are doing their best to empower girls and women. Women didn't compete in boxing or most other sports in ancient times, but in modern times, you can see more and more women boxers who've started training. In 1904, the Olympic Games started featuring women's boxing, but just like a display event, because the women didn't have permission to compete in amateur matches. That was until 1980, when the fitness movement helped to make boxing more accessible to females. And in 1990, women finally got an official permission to box in competitions. The first time a woman got a chance to participate in every sport in Olympic Games, including women's boxing, was back in London 2012. The sport was continuously rejected due to concerns about the international competition standard, although the number of boxers' licenses was growing from year to year. And since then, a lot of changes were made to the Olympic competition program. Their sport was included, and the number of events and athletes was reduced, and of course, more female athletes were included in the Olympics. In the competition of Rio in 2016, there were 45.6% of women participants. In 2020 in Tokyo, 2021, the women represent 48.8% of the total athletes. In the next Olympic Games in Paris 2024, the Olympic Games will achieve a full gender balance, and the number of women participants will be 50%. Boxing will have 6 women's events, taking away 1 event from the men's competition, achieving gender equality in boxing. In amateur boxing, the females have to follow the same rules as in male boxing, competing in 3 rounds of 3 minutes and a 1-minute break in between the rounds. The winning methods are the same: victory via points and victory via knockout. The only exceptions are that females have to wear breast protectors and protective headgears, and the groin protection is optional. Amazing progress has been made in terms of balancing the numbers between male and female athlete participants in every game. However, there are still challenges remaining, such as the inequalities in leadership. And the International Olympic Committee is even working towards appointing more females to leadership roles within the key government positions and administration to make those inequalities equal. The International Olympic Committee has made a huge step ahead for gender equality and has offered females from all around the world the greater opportunity to participate in sporting events. Although there are still many who need to follow this example, so gender equality can be truly achieved in the world. Well, since it's Female Friday, here on Talkin Fight, gotta mention Katie Taylor, who's fighting this weekend, tomorrow. Katie Taylor is to defend her undisputed lightweight belt against Natasha Jones tomorrow at Manchester Arena. It would not be the first time the pair has met, however. Back when they were amateur boxers, Taylor and Jonas battled in the quarterfinals of the women's lightweight contest at the London 2012 Olympic Games. Ireland's Taylor was the victor, beating Britain's Jonas 26-15 before going on to win the gold medal. There should be even more exhilarating matchup in the women's boxing event at Tokyo 2020-2021 this summer. Here are the British stars hoping to qualify for the games. Lauren Price. Price will be considered a key medal contender for Team Great Britain at Tokyo 2021. She is the reigning world and Olympic Games middleweight champion and also holds a Commonwealth title in the division. The 26-year-old has also represented Wales as a footballer, making her debut for the senior side in 2012. After playing for Cardiff City for several years, Price gave up football in 2014 to focus on boxing. If she is to qualify for Tokyo 2021, it will be her first Olympic Games. Caroline Dubois, you might recognize that last name. At just 20 years old, Dubois is a rising talent in British boxing. She was unbeaten in the junior ranks and even clinched the lightweight gold medal at the 2018 Youth Olympic Games. As a result, Dubois was named the BBC's Young Sports Personality of the Year in 2019. The Londoner took part in her first senior fight in the first round of the Olympic qualifying event at the Copper Box Arena, stunning Ali Starodub of Belarus. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, however, the tournament was suspended midway through, with Dubois set to continue her qualification campaign in Paris in June. Although Dubois is still inexperienced at the senior stage, her older brother and professional boxer Daniel is sure to be providing her with advice and guidance. Karis Artingstall. Artingstall was in excellent form before the pandemic, enjoying a breakthrough year in 2019. The 26-year-old finished with a silver medal in the featherweight division at the European Championships, then claiming a bronze at the World Championships. Artingstall's career in the sport started with the British Army boxing team. After making it to the finals of the 2018 England Boxing Elite National Championships, she was selected for the Great Britain Boxing Podium Potential Program. Although Artingstall now trains as a boxer full-time, she is still a registered soldier. Having experienced a meteoric rise in boxing, Tokyo 2021 would be her first Olympic Games. And finally, Charlie Davison. After a 6-year hiatus from boxing, a period which included giving birth to 3 children, Davison marks her return to the sport in 2019 with a senior England boxing title. As a teenager, Davison won the Olympic youth gold medal and world silver, but stopped competing after having the first of her 3 children. After launching a successful comeback and impressing at the 2019 Boxing Amateur Championships in England, Davison was selected for the Great Britain Boxing's Podium Potential Program. The 26-year-old flyweight was then chosen to represent Team Great Britain at last year's Olympic qualifying event, now scheduled to take place in June. If she is to qualify, it would truly be an incredible achievement for Davison. The Team Great Britain boxers will aim to qualify for Tokyo 2021 Olympic Games at the European qualifying event, scheduled to run from June 4th to 8th in Paris. Cross your fingers on that one. And speaking of England, we hope to have those Last Bell boys joining us, seeing us Friday on the Friday night panel this evening, coming up in a couple of hours' time. What time is it now? 2 mic time in 5 hours? 5 hours, I think. So if you guys across the pond are listening, oh, yes, I see you are listening. Very good. We'll see you in a few hours. And thanks very much for joining us here on Talkin Fight for yet another episode of the Olympic edition. If you like, share, subscribe, and remember to hit that notification bell to receive, in fact, notifications when we're about to go on the air with a new episode. Cheers, and we'll see you later on this evening.